and it's funny because I got this, still got the same five. I just don't have the same order.
Okay.
Got the same five, got the same four. So
Okay.
my order, number five, Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Why? You came in the league. He averaged just in the 80s alone, he averaged 31. But he won nothing. He lost to Celtics twice. He lost to Detroit three times. And then for the record, a lot of people want to say he didn't have a life. When Jordan came in the league and he was in Boston that year against Boston, we just conveniently forgetting they had George Gervin on that team. And people might want to say, oh, George Gervin was washed up. The man averaged 16 points on 47% shooting from field. So it was like he would just box up a bunch of shots. But and in my opinion, and my opinion is based off of my sources, Jordan, along with the NBA, along with Nike, was hating on George Gervin. So they wanted to wash him up. He wasn't that old. The man was 33 years old. See, at this point, it was the time to usher in a new era. So it's like everything else. Out with the old, in with the new. Jordan coming in young, flashy, dunking, dude wearing gold chains around his neck and all that. And they wanted to promote that. This is what they wanted to do. The NBA wanted to promote that. Nike wanted to promote that. Nike was behind them. So at the end of the day, as long as George Gervin was on that team, Mike can't be Mike the way he wanted to be Mike because he got to share that ball with George Gervin. And what happened was George played the whole season. He gets to the playoffs against Boston. He played like maybe 2 games. So this was a thing where they saying, listen, this school is going to stunt Mike growth. We got to let him go. I got footage of George Gervin beating Michael Jordan in one-on-ones. I have it. So the NBA and Nike in cahoots didn't want Jordan growth to be stunt. So being they didn't want his growth to be stunt, they took a guy like George Gervin and they put him on the bench. After the season, George said, I'm going. But nevertheless, Jordan won nothing in the 80s. So I can't put him top of what? So that's why he's number five. Number four, Isaiah Thomas. 2 NBA championships. In the 80s, he averaged 20, almost 10 assists a game. We can't take that away from him at all. Number three, Larry Bird. For obvious reasons, as you said, I have put in number three. Bird won about 3 rings.
3 rings, 3 MVPs.
3 MVPs. So number three, we have another Bird. Number two, a little different from what you do. I'm going Yo guy Magic. Number two, got the same amount of rings as Kareem, obviously, because they played together. But if I'm correct, Kareem got a couple he have a couple of NBA MVP in those 80s. If Kareem got a few, so I think that kind of changed things because Kareem got Finals MVP, but he had NBA MVP also in the 80s. So for me, I think that Trump Magic. That's just me, Skip. For that Trump Magic stats. Not to mention, Kareem averaged a little bit more than him. Obviously, Magic averaged more assists, just like obviously Kareem averaged more rebounds than him. So I gave him that. And I say number one player in the NBA of the 80s was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The 5 rings, what do you have, about NBA All Stars appearances, something like that. And this is why I gave him. This is why I gave him. I gave him the #1 player in the NBA. So our list really is the same list. I think the only thing that changes the order. And for different reasons. People, you and I both put these players where we placed them at for different reasons. But there's no way I'm going to put Michael Jordan in front of the other 4 players in the 80s with all these individuals have accomplished in the 80s. And in the 80s, Mike had individual accomplishments, but didn't have a lot of team success. So there was no way I will put I'll put Michael in the top 4 in the 80s. And that was my list. And that's why I came up with that list. And that's how I came up with that list.
Okay.
And I respect what your points are about that. But just for the record, for the stats purposes, because you're a stats guy.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson won 3 NBA Finals MVPs, 80, 82, and 87.
Kareem won 2.
No. Kareem won 1 in the 80s, in 1985.
Okay.
As far as MVPs, Kareem won 1 in 1980.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson won 2, 1 in 87, 1 in 89. And at the end of the day, we want 1990. But we you know what I'm saying? So depending on what we in this era.
80s.
So that's 2 to 1. Okay. Magic Johnson made 7 all NBA first teams from 83 to 89. All NBA second team in 82. So he made 8 all NBA teams in the 80s. Kareem, all NBA first team, 80, 81, 84, 86. That's 4. Second team, 83 and 85. That's 6. We do the numbers. What we said, Magic made 8. He's made 5.
Yeah. But you have to understand this. For a center, 1 is equal to 2. Because you don't have the ball in your hand.
We're not doing that, Rob.
That's for a center.
No, we're not doing that tonight. No, we're not doing that tonight, Rob, because you want to start talking about points averaged.
Yeah. Okay,
Kareem was a scorer, but Kareem was old. Yeah. He was old. Magic had to get him the ball. So we're going to talk about Magic numbers. And see, I'm more of a guy who cares about getting
his second all-time leading scorer.
But we ain't talking about that. Because Kareem, let's talk about Magic's assist totals in the 80s.
You play with Kareem.
Man, he was the only one on the team. Magic averaged 8.6, 9.5, 10.5, 13.1, 12.6, 12.6, 12.2, 11.9, 12.8, and 11.5 assists per game.
Play with Kareem.
These are
That's
Magic.
What happened when you.
This is Magic assist numbers, and
that's what happened when you play with a guy that got 38,000 points. That's what happens.
Man,